Welcome to the panel breakdown. I'm your host, Matt Sardo of Monkeys Fighting Robots. All right. We have a good show for you today. I'm very excited to get back to the panel breakdown. This is one of my favorite things, talking about comic books with you and kind of just taking a little deeper look in it. So on March 9th, we hosted the first Indie Comics Creator Con in New Haven, Connecticut. And one of the guests of honors was Jesse Lonergan, and he made this awesome Michelangelo sketch for me. The detail and the colors on it are just phenomenal. And then also you just look at how happy Michelangelo is to be eating pizza. Like, this is such an amazing piece of print. I love it so much. And so when I was talking to Jesse at the show, he handed me the ash can of Man's Best, #1. And I've read the full issue. There's 2 pages that I want to talk about with you guys. Because Jesse's work he's very detailed. He likes his angles. He likes his squares. Like this right here. He likes doing a lot of that. If you've seen his other work. I'm still upset I didn't get a copy of Faster. When at the show that I was hosting, it was there and I didn't pick it up. Definitely pick up Faster if you have a chance. Okay, let's look at this real quick. The book is written by Pornsak Pichetshote, with art by Jesse, letters by Jeff Powell. All the good things I've heard about this book are true. I read it this morning and I enjoyed it. It's bigger than Pixar, if that makes sense. Like, it could only be in a comic book unless Pixar was like, we're going to do something bonkers and everything like that. So I like that analogy that it's bigger than Pixar. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. The main characters are 2 dogs and a cat. And Jesse introduces them right away on page 2. And then Pornsak establishes the conflict between the group. There's lots of action in the first issue. And again, Jesse does like these square panels. It shows a lot of up close moments, and it gives you a lot of movement of back and forth of like what's going on. And then also emotion from the characters seeps into these tight little spaces here as you have bigger things explained. This is where the emotion of the book kicks up a notch. And notice the tone and colors as things are revealed. It gets darker. The world gets darker. The emotions get darker. This is the page I want to talk about the most in the ash can because it represents the emotion, a buildup of the story, and the importance of the main characters, and the desperation of the situation. And all of that is put together between the art and the story and the lettering. The lettering on this page really sets up the desperation of space, or that like claustrophobic vastness that you get in like sci-fi horror movies, where you're out there in this huge universe, but you're also trapped in this huge universe, and the lack of air, and you're on this ship, and if anything happens to this ship, like, you instantaneously die. And that's the feeling that I got the way these word balloons are set up. You know, they're pushing you to the spaceship, which is going into space, or is in space, but moving into the vastness of space. And then you have these blocks here that also guide you and move you in space. Yet you see how tiny the ship is. You can almost visualize the film happening, and you can see this panel, but you can also see it as a shot where it's zooming along, and your brain adds that zoom and adds the movement of it because you've seen this before, and it's awesome. But like, also the conversation is super heavy. Like, it ends on this the writing by Pornsak also leads up to these 3 panels right here. But societies can change. People just need the right inspirations. And then the next panel are your 3 main characters. And they're like, yay, we're dogs, I'm a cat, and we're happy to be here in this space adventure. And then you have the humans talking back and forth, and then you have their emotional fragility going on. Like, you can tell that there's in love right here. And you have this tight fist and you have this open hand. And then you see her open hand and it's heartbreaking. You see her eyes and it's heartbreaking. So the combination of words, art, how panels are framed or zoomed in, create an intense emotional page. And that's what happens over these 2 pages right here in Man's Best. And I think this is a really good example of the storytelling of the book and what Jesse, Pornsak, and Jeff can do as a team. You have this super dark panel and then things lighten up as we're talking about inspiration. But then things, this is the cold. This gentleman has no love right now. So everything's dark in the background. And then they use pinks here to talk about love. But then you have a purple here when there's like no love. There's a lot of different elements going on. And you can like look into these pages, these 2 pages right here, and just feel emotions happen by just looking at the artwork. And you not even have to read the story. If the word balloons were gone, you could still kind of figure out what's going on. But look at her face. There's like a happiness going on, and there's like a grim reality here. And then he has this like contempt for society right here. And he is always looking at, he's looking out the window, never looking at her. He's looking down. She's looking at him. He's always looking away. And now he's walking away. This could be a silent film right here with Jesse's artwork and the colors. But when you add in the words, the script, and then the lettering, it emphasizes things and really makes it pop. And love. Love is bold. You have this pink background. This fist that's just not unmovable. There's no love coming from this fist right here. And then you just have this awkward hand at the end that leads to the page turn. And then you want to turn the page to see what happens. And then it's on her face and she's depressed. And the animals are talking about how she's depressed. It's a great spread. Like these pages here. And then you get to the page turn. Boom, right on her face. And we all know this dread when somebody doesn't love you. We felt this before. It's really amazing. I'm super excited for this series. It comes out on Wednesday from Boom Studios. Man's Best #1. Once you read it, comment below. Let me know what you think of the series. Let me know where you think the series is going. I think where it ends, I'm like, okay, I kind of know what's going on, but I also have no clue what's going on. And I think that's the best part of comic books is when you have a series that you're excited about, but you also have no clue where it's going. Hi, guys. I'm Matt Sardo. This is Monkeys Fighting Robots, the panel breakdown, and I will talk to you next week.